My name is History West, and welcome back to my 7th anniversary Let's Play World. I had planned on making this primarily a stream world, but as you can tell by the generic character here, I'm not streaming, I'm just recording. We have had an internet outage in my area, and so I wasn't able to stream. I'm also finding that I want to play more than I can stream, so I think I'm going to continue to try and stream 4 or 5 days a week in this world, and those days that I can't stream, I'm going to play. I have other worlds, of course, on in my Minecraft game, lots of them, but I'm just excited about this world and getting past the beginning. Had a bit of a tragic start when we were killed by well, a combination really of a witch and a drowned with a trident, and I had forgotten all about the fact that I had moss with me. Now I've got no moss, and I don't think I'll be able to find that location very easily. I could guess, and I could swim around and might find it, and presumably, since the chunks are not loaded, my stuff will still be there, but I'm not going to worry about it now. Hopefully we'll have another chance to get some moss later. Maybe not on the next stream, but the one after that, I'm hoping that we can do a bit of traveling up in the other direction. That time we went south and southwest, and I want to go north because north is where the more tropical climates are. There's some savannas, although there were some savannas where we were, but there are more savannas. There is a jungle and some mountains, so that'll be fun. But right now I want to finish fixing up our starter base with what we've got here. I'm adding some texture to the diorite with some polished diorite, and I've got some other stuff to add here, but we also need to do a bit of mining because we need the materials, and I want some deep slate in particular. So that's what we're going to be doing today. This house, I wanted to get it to look nice, and I'm going to be living here for a while, but it eventually will be moving out of it, and this will be my mining base, basically my mining house. Here is the mine, and we haven't got the ceiling on or roof there yet. And let's see, we need to, there's that wall. I can do a bit more maybe. Yeah, just throw one in there. We'll need to fix up our nether portal, but I'm not going to worry about that until we get more obsidian anyway. We'll need to do some interior. There's a lot to do, and I'm finding that I'm just pretty slow on the uptake as far as getting started. I've been watching some other YouTubers. I should say I've been watching some YouTubers since I'm not really one. I'm not much of a gamer either, for that matter. But I've been watching some people that I don't normally watch. My regular kind of group that I watch all the hermits on Hermitcraft. I've been watching them since I basically started, which was or shortly after I started playing. So it was Hermitcraft Season 5, near the end of Season 5, and I've watched it ever since. And enjoy all of those for various different reasons, because they all have different personalities and different tastes. Here we go down into the mine. And I need to make sure I've got all the supplies. Anyway, in addition to the Hermits, I also watch Infinite Drift, and I watch Dallas Med 65. Probably because of those latter two, I've been getting a lot of different Minecrafters suggestions on my YouTube page, and including a lot of people who are starting new Let's Plays. And they seem to be able to get a lot more done in their first day than I'm capable of doing. So, oh well. We're going to have to add some more storage here pretty quick. Alright. Pretty happy with this mine so far. I don't mind caving, although I tend to be a pretty timid underground explorer overall, I guess. I don't mind caving, but I prefer caving when I've got a little better gear on me. But I want to get down to at least some deep slate so I can have something to put on my house. As you can see, I've only got golden boots, and they are enchanted, but only with thorns too. I had some leggings and some boots. Oh, okay, it's typical. Here's a cave, and there is a skeleton, and he's going to kill me. Yep, that was... Alright, fine. I'm getting revenge. I'm not going to put up with that. We need a sword. We need to get our stuff back. Alright, charge. I'm not going to put up with that kind of crap. Look at him. You can see him down there. Just like acting like he's better than everybody. I'm just going to drop in on him. And there we go. Critical hit. Eat that. Now, is there anything that's fallen out? Nope. Everything looks good. I've got all my stuff. Now, before another skeleton kills me, I'm just going to wall this off. There we go. Put my boots back on. Get all my pickaxes and gear. And continue on my way. I'm going to eventually need to start making some more food in addition to what I've got here. Okay, we are at level 17, so let's get down to near 0 at least, to where we find some deep slate. Get the torches in the offhand. That's one thing I had a problem on playing Bedrock. I've been playing some Bedrock recently, mostly on my iPad, and there's some deep slate. And I'm a guy that likes to keep my torches in my offhand, and you can't do that. You can't do that in Bedrock. It's amazing. The only thing you put in your left hand is your shield. I think I need a shield, come to think of it. My 2 deaths now, one impaled by a trident and one shot by a skeleton arrow. So, maybe a shield would be a real good idea. And here's some iron, so I'll finally be able to do that. Hope you're having a pleasant day wherever you are at. It is 118 degrees Fahrenheit where I live, which makes it a pretty warm day, although not the hottest day this week. And I have not been out of the door hardly at all. I did take the trash out, so I can't say that I haven't gone out at all. But that's it. Hey, there's some lapis. Okay, we were kind of making our central station here from which we can mine out in different directions. The 4 cardinal directions, I should say. And get some deep slate, as I like to call it. Grimstone, if you will. Alright, now I forget, do you need iron tools for that? No. Okay. There's quite a bit down here too. So after I get my house looking halfway decent, I've got 2 branching options that I need to work on. Number 1, I need to dig down another 60 blocks to get to bedrock and find some diamonds, because I need some diamond gear. I'm not a good enough Minecraft player to survive with iron gear, but I am going to have enough iron to actually make a set anyway. And the other thing is, we want to get over to the village and build a nice big villager home, a large building. It will eventually become our villager trading hall, but of course first it'll be a villager breeding area. I forget how many villagers we have saved in that area, but it wasn't a lot. I think 3. That was a normal sized village, but there weren't more than 3 or 4 villagers there when I got there. The previous village, if you watched the first episode, was very tiny indeed, and we only found, I think, 2 villagers in that one, which was not surprising considering how small it was. But this one, there was an iron golem, and there were at least 3, maybe 4 villagers in there. Anyway, they're under martial law currently. They are in their houses for their own protection, and we're going to go over there. We'll use the resources in the village along with some other stuff that I will bring to build a nice large home for all the villagers to live communally. And they will be there, and they will be taken care of, and they will be happy. And we're not that far away. And then once we have enough villagers, we need an iron farm, possibly some automatic villager-powered farms, especially wheat. Wheat's the most difficult of the crops, I find at least, to get villagers to farm for you, because they keep wanting to make bread. And yet wheat is so very important, because We need it for mud bricks now and hardened mud. Can you make hardened mud out of... no, you can't. It'd be nice if we could make hardened mud using the dripstone, but we can't. We can make... I'm going to block this up for now. I don't want to drop in there and be unprepared. I'll come back when I've got my new iron armor made. We can make clay out of mud, but we can't make mud out of anything, which is too bad. Alright, so we've dug a nice long way here as we've been talking, and I will admit I clipped some of me just tunneling out so that we weren't just watching nothing but. But we should have plenty of slate for our house trim. I want to trim the roofs in deep slate, and I'd originally envisioned doing it in copper, and I have quite a bit of copper, but I don't have lots and lots of fuel for my furnace. Eventually we get a large furnace array, and we will be able to smelt all we want. We are continuing to dig here. Let's see. We've got a bit of iron, hopefully enough to give us some armor and at least a pickaxe. I'm using a stone axe here on deep slate, so it's not impossible to do, but it will certainly be better humming through this with an enchanted diamond pickaxe, which is eventually what we want. I've been thinking about an enchanting table. Oh, here's a nice big opening. Wow, okay. There's a skeleton down there. I'll light up around here, but I don't want anybody to just walk up to me. That skeleton's already coming. So I'm going to block that way, and I'm just going to block this off. And I'll leave this open here. I can come back to it at another time when I'm more suited up. So overall, mining's going pretty well. Anyway, as I was saying, I needed an enchanting table. Of course, I needed diamond for that. But that and then a diamond pickaxe. Those are the first two important things. I like to get the tools first. Although I will feel better when I have some diamond armor as well. I'm having some tasty iced tea because because it's hot, but it's not really hot here. I'm in my air-conditioned room, so if I was outside, I'd be dead. Today's not a record even, or it ties a record. 118 ties a record of this day, 1959. But a couple of days ago we had 120, which was the hottest day here ever recorded on any day. So it's not cool. Get our copper. Again, I was originally going to trim our roof in copper, but we'll have plenty of copper, perhaps even enough copper to make the entire roof of our next construction. We'll see. Okay, and we've come to another cave. I think we can just peep in here a little bit. Okay. Can we reach the floor here? Yeah, light that up just a little bit. Alright, again, that's more places we can explore after we get a little bit more protection on our bodies. I decided to cut off the rest of that mining session. We're back at the surface now. Cut the rest of the mining session. I didn't find any more caves. I did manage to get some more copper and some deep slate. Now I want to use that deep slate to try and trim the front and back of our house. We've got kind of this crenellated tower that's the house is being built up next to or into, I guess. And that roof will be slightly trickier here, but we should be able to manage. This piece of the spruce stair here should be a deep slate stair. Go ahead and put the top on here. We can remove these temporary blocks and just need to figure out what's going where. And it looks like I left my axe somewhere, so just rip that out, put that new stair there. I'm not a great builder. I think I'm getting better with my builds, but I'm a terrible planner, so I almost never have all the materials that I need. Oh, that's not right. Get rid of my step. That doesn't belong there. Put our diorite fill in this area. A little bit of variation. And that's a plank I forgot to put in a while ago. We need to finish the side of the roof where we need some spruce slabs, or spruce planks, and some spruce stairs. And we need a spruce stair there too. We can take this wall piece out because nobody's going to be able to see it anyway. Yep, over here, this side we need to do still. And the sun's going down, big guy. See, it seems that we're actually very, very close to the village. I had, when I chose this spot, it somehow seemed farther away. Go, and stairs, and we need a deep slate stair, which I'm going to have to go make. But first, since I'm going by the bed, I should probably sleep. See, we still got that whole wing to complete. That's not right. I got myself down too low. These very steep roofs are difficult to get back up again when you do that, so use some dirt, scaffold up. Speaking of, that's another reason I need to go to the jungle. I need to get some scaffolding. I'll need to get some string too. Go out and fight some spiders. I think I got one piece of string from the spider that I killed. Take this wall, put it in a stair. It's not going to be visible from the ground anyway. And probably take these 2 blocks off here. The last pieces of the crenellated wall on this side. doing pretty good. Friendly villager. I don't know if I did it on camera or not, but I stole his 2 leads by killing his llamas. Didn't kill him. That would be, uncouth. But I did kill his llamas. Alright, so we might as well get started on this little wing that we're doing here. We'll basically do the same thing here that we did before with the slate, deep slate if you will, on the ends. I have a feeling that I'll be making small improvements to this house for the next week at least, as I see things that I either didn't get right the first time or want to improve on or get some new ideas. Okay, we got our backwards stair, or upside down stair. I'm going to put a block on top of that. Same format as the big part of the house. Oops. Close that up. Don't want to fall into that hole accidentally. Hello again. I took a little break there. If you happen to hear my doorbell in the background, that was the guy from Jimmy John's bringing me a sandwich. Like I said, I'm not going outside. It's too hot. But you better believe I tipped him. He's bringing me a sandwich in, let me check the thermometer, 114 degree heat. So that's in the evening. This is after the evening news. It's 114. This would be a perfect time, were it even a little bit cooler, to be out riding my bike, but oh well. This is a very pleasurable experience too, getting my Minecraft house completed. That was the first solid thing I've had all day. I'm trying to lose some weight, stay healthy. So I had a turkey sandwich with half the mayo, and I added every extra vegetable available onto it. And as a side, instead of chips, I got a dill pickle. And the one they brought me must have been at once the god of all cucumbers, because it was humongous. So I feel pretty full and satisfied at this point. You will notice that this house, I usually build odd numbers for both the width and the length of the house, but this add-on building, I apparently built it even. 8 wide, counting the walls. So we'll just have to make do with what we've got. Get our stairs in here. In any case, our roof will be non-spawnable. I've played in games where there were just a huge number of mobs, depending on the setting. I played years ago on the Wells Night Patreon server, set up for fans of Wells Night, one of the hermits on Hermitcraft, and I think he was the first of the hermits that I started watching, and really enjoyed playing on his Patreon server. I did it for 2 seasons, but I'm not privy to how they set that server up, but I think that they like turned up the mobs, because I remember mobs just raining down from my roof all the time, the roof of my super spelter specifically. Get us some more stairs here. I've been watching, I was mentioning some of the YouTubers I watched before. I mentioned Infinite Drift, and watching her videos, I saw there's a new SMP called The Guild, so I started watching some of the other members of that. It's an all-female SMP, which is cool. I think there are not enough female YouTubers posting stuff on YouTube. There are some that have been around, don't get me wrong, there are plenty that have been around for a while and that are great. Gemini Tay, and Pearlescent Moon, and LD Shadow Lady, and many others. But it's always good to have more. I mean, there should be, of all the other content on YouTube, 99% of it is crap. I would be happy if it was like all Minecraft all the time, quite frankly. Not that there aren't some YouTube channels that I watch. I never thought I would, but since I've been retired the past about year and a half now, actually it's just over a year, I've started watching some reaction videos and actually enjoying them. Most of them. Have been enjoying most of them. I watched several reaction videos of some space movies, and twice as I was watching, the YouTuber, the host, the reactor, I guess, said, "So do you think the Apollo moon landing is a fake or real?" I was just, I can't even stand to listen to that person now. I was 9 years old, sitting on my grandparents' living room floor watching Neil Armstrong take the first step on the moon. I don't like to promote any conspiracy theory because they're all so stupid, but especially not that one. That one's too personal for me. From the time I was about 7 until, well, now, I've been a huge spaceflight fan. And I remember vividly watching the Apollo 13 near disaster. I remember watching Apollo Soyuz, the first flight of the space shuttle. So, yeah. Basically, my attitude in real life is when somebody says they think the moon landing was fake. I say, go away, I'm never talking to you anymore. So, definitely not watching those YouTubers. That was a weird kind of side speech, I guess. But anyway, I guess the reason I like watching reaction videos, and the reason I would probably find it impossible to make my own channel, is I've seen all the movies. I mean, I'm an avid movie watcher, and it's very rare that they have one on there that I haven't watched, with the exception of a couple of new films. I don't get out to the theaters very much because, well, theaters are horrible now, and they're expensive, and stuff comes on streaming right away. And there are a few films that have been out that I haven't got a chance to watch yet, but yeah, but that means that there are a lot of people doing reactions to videos that I've watched, and some of them doing them that I love. So for instance, I probably watched 100 people doing reaction videos of Tombstone, which is one of the greatest movies of all time. Definitely, as far as I would call that less a Western than a historical recreation, because it's pretty realistic and pretty true to what actually happened. Not entirely, but mostly. I should point out, as a retired history teacher, I'm in a position to be a pretty good judge of what's realistic. As in just about all historical dramas, events get twisted around, reshuffled, shortened, because you've got a 2-hour movie. It doesn't always. Let's see, what do we look like here? Yeah, it looks pretty good. Come over here. Yeah, even this weird side structure looks okay. Pretty happy with that. Anyway, a 2-hour movie is not conducive to telling history, and history always doesn't make a good 2-hour movie story. But when it does, it does. Okay, we want to put a little shelf under here. We'll put a lantern and a potted plant, and when we get both of those things, and not here, but one over here. And in the places where we don't have a shelf under, like this side and this side, we will put in some pots, or a planter, I should say. And there we have pillagers. There's 4 there, and there's one nearby because I heard them. I heard one anyway. He's got to be around close to my house. Can't put a little topper at the end of this one because of the. Now I don't want to drop down because that pillager might be waiting for me down there. But the roof looks good. Okay, what are they going to do? They're just going to stay there and... Yeah, he's around here somewhere. They're just going to stand there and look at me. That guy looks like he's having some kind of a seizure. The guy with the flag, he's getting his eye in, like picking me out, ready to shoot me. Yeah, there's the other guy. I'm happy to say that I look high enough that they can't shoot or won't shoot. Okay. I need to clear out my inventory here. But for right now, oh, he's right outside my window. But I want to make a couple of chests, start working on some interior here. Starting in the small mine room. Put a double chest here. We'll put a shelf up here. Let's see. No, you can't do that. You need a temporary block. Pull this down for a minute. Go on the side of the chest. And I can click on there. I realize now that I could have done it on the side of the other trapdoor instead of taking it down, but oh well. So we'll put another chest up here. Nice. Put a couple of single chests here. That'll work out great. And a shelf up here. We're still able to open the chest. Yes, we are. Okay, this guy's getting obnoxious out there. Okay. Oh, so you may have noticed the animations of the pillager there, as well as some of the connected textures like on the ground. I installed sodium and, well, first I installed fabric and then I installed sodium and some of the associated mods to get a great picture and improve. Oh, there he is. He's hiding around the side. Okay, let's get him. Get sword in hand. There you go. Pow, pow. Critical hit. Boom. Anyway, I installed these mods and got a mod pack with about 30 mods, all associated with features to improve performance on the computer. And then I had like 3 of them in that pack that caused errors. And I spent about an hour going through taking them all out, putting them in one by one, reloading the game, making sure it wasn't the one that did cause the error. When it did, I took it back out. And so now the long and the short of it is that I have this package of mods for performance enhancement, and now I don't have to wait for Optifine because they do basically the same thing. And I'm pretty happy with it so far. It looks good. I've got plenty of frames per second, which is great. I'm playing on an iMac that is a 27-inch iMac that's about 6 years old. It is the next to the last iMac they made with Intel processors. It's a 10th generation i5, and I've got it pretty much beefed up with memory. It's got 40 gigabytes of RAM in it, so I can devote a lot of RAM to the game. And there you go. I've considered buying an inexpensive PC just so that I could play Bedrock, because there's no Bedrock on the Mac. But I think for the moment I'll keep playing Bedrock. Oh, it's the guy with the flag. I'll keep playing Bedrock with my iPad. Although I did use program Parallels to make PC games run on the Mac, and I did try it out. It didn't get great performance, but it wasn't, utterly horrible. I generally prefer Java Minecraft, but there are a lot of really cool additions that you can get in the Minecraft store, and they're a lot easier to get on and running in Bedrock than mods are in Java. Of course, you have to pay for them, but the prices are very reasonable. I like a lot of the animal mods that add more animals to the game, and they're called add-on packs in Bedrock, but same thing. But the greatest thing that they have, my favorite thing of all, is furniture. And there's one furniture add-on that I got that lets you build modern, medieval, Western style furniture. All of them are just recipes that are slightly more complicated than plain old similar furniture would be. For instance, if you get a medieval barrel, you have to put several barrels together. Or if you get a medieval bed, you have to have a bed and then a few other ingredients, and it becomes a more ornate thing. But that's the number one thing. If I was going to add anything to Minecraft, it would be furniture. Okay, those two guys are still down there watching me. Do I need to make a water source here? Oh, he's getting close. Yep, he is. You can see I've got my skin back. I've got internet connection again. We just got running off into the woods. Huh. Not the other guy. No, he's still there. That guy's not coming back. Just take a look. The watchtower is coming in pretty handy. those? Is one of those guys that ran? One of the guys are one of those two, the guy who ran off into the woods and came back, or was he a third guy? I don't see him over here now, but there's some trees in the way. Alright, well this guy has got to go. I need to get a permanent water source in my base there, or well, and then I need to plant some food. Alright. You can't hit me. Yeah, there you go. You missed. Ow, the other guy got me in the back. Zig and I zag. And you got me anyway. Okay. There you go. Eat that. Take it. There you go. Get back to fixing the place up. At least fixing the farm up. Yep, I think that guy's gone. Unless he was one of the two I just killed. Okay, let's get our other bucket of water. Make our water source. Lovely. I'll harvest these pumpkins, so they'll be out of the way. As a matter of fact, I was watching Infinite Drift this morning, and she was saying her number one thing she would like added to Minecraft would be more food and more ways to use the food we have, and I agree with that, except I would put furniture ahead of that, but I would certainly be happy with more food. Like, we've got wheat, we should be able to make pasta. To make squid ink pasta. And I'd like more uses for pumpkins. You can bake pumpkin in an oven, and you know, after you take out the seeds, and then you can eat the inside lining of the pumpkin. It's good too. My daughter makes it occasionally, and she stuffs the inside with like sausage and rice and stuff, and then bakes it in the oven. It takes a while, and I end up having to clean the entire kitchen after her, but it's good. I think I mentioned before I'd like to see some tomatoes. I'd like to see onions in the game. What else? That'd be cool if you could make cheese. That would be awesome. We got milk. Okay, this should get us pretty good coverage. I don't think I've got enough seeds to cover half of this area, but once we harvest the wheat, we will have more seeds. There's 41. That's a pretty good stack. All right. I think we'll go out to the edge of the house. That'll leave us a little bit of a lawn there in the front. There's our advancement. The seedy place. You know, I usually don't pay much attention to the advances. It's always kind of fun to get one, but other than that, I've never done a game where I've like sought advancements. Anyway, I was talking about the guild SMP that I started watching, and I've watched I think 3 members' videos so far, and they all put my building to shame. Not only the quality of my build, but the speed of my build going up. Although I think we're starting to look pretty good. I really need I'm going to need some clay. I can get that out of the river here. But I really need... I need a shutter on this side of the house. Yeah, I forgot what else I needed. I was going to say I needed... I need a silk touch hoe because I need leaves for decorating around the house. Okay, clearly we're going to need more than that. But it'll just make them all. Okay. And we're going to need some oak trapdoors as well for doing our little planters. Okay, put up a couple of temporary blocks. We'll do the open shutter on this one. It's just one wide. Then over here we'll put our planter in front of those 3 cobblestones. Anyway, so I've been watching that SMP. I really would like to play on an SMP again. I played on 2 different Patreon servers, Wellsnet, as I mentioned before, and Stina Rose's Patreon server. Stina Rose, another female Minecrafter that I'm fond of. She is on AlphaCraft. And I started playing on a server, the World of Odium, and it was really bad timing. I started and a bunch of players ended up leaving. Had nothing to do with the game. They just had events going on in their lives that necessitated leaving a regular Minecraft game, a scheduled one. But I would love to be on a SMP again. I'd try any of them out, but I'd rather go for one that was not, you know, one of the gimmicks necessarily. I mean, like I say, I'm holy cow. Really? Reinforcements. This is like too much. Yeah, oh, and they're right there. Okay, fine. Can't shoot through the door, but if I can put you in and close the door behind you. Yep, there you go. Oh, look, he just passed right through the door. Come on in. No, no, not more than one of you. Holy cow. One heart left. One heart left. I need to get this other guy. But first I need to heal up. As I'm waiting, as I was mentioning, the guild has like tasks they have to do, and eventually at some point they're going to go from survival to hardcore. That's fine. I'd even give you know, an SMP with some kind of a thing like that a try. But I would much rather be in like a season-long game with with a long-term play rather than scheduled to be short. All right, let's see if we can get this last guy hovering right outside my house, like he owns the place. All right, eat this. Time to die. There you go. I think that's all of his party. So we got a crossbow this time. It's almost broken. Maybe we can fix it up at some point. We've got another ominous bottle and another banner that we can hang on the wall next to the first one. Ugh. Hopefully they'll leave us alone for a while. Yeah, it looks a lot better with the shutter on the window. Yeah, we could probably use one more water source out here near the edge. One guy left. All right. There we go. Don't mind me. I'm just planting. Just a humble farmer. I'm not going to sneak up around behind you or anything. Ha! Didn't even get a shot on. Oh, maybe one. That's it. Good grief. Well, that's going to be about it for today. Come up here to my perch, look over my domain. I've been History West. Thanks for stopping by. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow at 2 o'clock unless the internet goes out again. Until I see you, stay safe and keep on Minecrafting.